Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another stream. This is another stream on my Twitch channel, Count of Monte Fisto, which will end up on my YouTube channel, Count of Monte Cisco. So this is gonna go on my secondary tech only channel that I've kind of started up. It's kind of like segregate the video games from the more, I don't know, technical dry shit. But anyway, what's up? Hope everyone's doing well. Yesterday we did some Advent of Cyber Day 3. I'm only going to be able to really do this for the weekends, because I'm going to be doing this on the weekends anyway, so might as well stream it. But during the weekdays, I tend to do these at work, so there probably won't be, probably be, 2 days, then skipping 5, and then 2 days up until the 24th. But hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, let's dive into TryHackMe Advent of Cyber Day 4. I did take a peek of this, and it looks like we're going to be talking about port scanning and network scanning. Some basic recon, so that should be cool. Anyway, as you can see, I did a new thumbnail for this series. I like throwing the Santa gear on Putin. I like putting Putin in just in general and anything tech or hacking related for thumbnails. It tends to repulse a lot of really obnoxious ideologues, so I kind of enjoy using it. Anyway, let's just dive in. Let's check this shit out. Right now we are listening to the relaxing PS1 music mix, and it sounds cybery. But aha, here we are in Cali once again. And let me, just because I was kind of showing this off last time, but we were updating OpenVPN. So once again, sudo to run anything in command with administrative rights in Linux. Then apt install. So for all the applications of the repositories that are updated of all the possible things you can install in Linux, I want of that list to install, and then do OpenVPN. When you do that, you download OpenVPN if you're running like Ubuntu or some shit. But if you're running Kali or anything else, Parrot, you should already have it. So what we're gonna do instead is, God, what did I just do? Wait. When I just, because that's I'm like looking at all the things I could possibly do. Just hit. Oh, you just hit right there, huh? Weird. I've never seen it like. I think Kali just autofills a lot more for you, so I'm kind of gotta get used to that. Once again, I usually use Ubuntu and Parrot OS, although I admit Kali is better than Parrot OS. I mean, I guess it comes down to personal taste, right? If you like the GNOME environment, which is what we're looking at, or the KDE graphical user interface. But anyway, so sudo what program OpenVPN, and then we specify the VPN file. Hit enter, put in your password, and there we go. Beautiful. So yeah, that's all there is to it, really. Initialization session successful. That is hard to say. That is a lot of words. And we're on their network now. So this is of the private network. So this isn't a public IP right there. But private IP meaning, if for people take notes there and be like, oh my god, motherfucker has my IP. Anything that starts with 10, anything that starts with 192.168, 172.16 through 172.32, those are private IPs, which means the outside world can't fuck with you, but usually used for your router to handle all the traffic for you. So anyway, right now we are on the network for TryHackMe, which means we can do certain things that involve messing with their machines. But all the same, let's hop back onto TryHackMe. Once again, every day, some dude does their walkthrough. I don't know this guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'll try very hard not to pass judgment, but once again, a lot of the wild and wacky tech guys are just too much for me. I don't know. Try too hard. What the fuck is this? Is this vaguely curious as to what this is? We'll skip ahead. What if it's medieval music? There we are. That sounds a little bit more my speed. Anyway, so now we're gonna be doing port scanning for the next day. So let's start off by reading the story while we start the machine. Oh, look at that. That's actually like a legit machine. So for this one, we actually do need to use the VPN, which is good. I can show that off. Because there's no like show split screen. And here, if you see this green at the top that's saying, hey, look at that. IPs match this saying like, hey, you're on the network. And I am on the network. Good. So let's learn about Nmap. It's a really cool, well, really useful program to kind of scan all the machines on a network, tell you what kind of programs they're running and what kind of operating system they're running, and you can use that information to do good and bad things. So let's dive into part 4. During the investigation of the downloaded GitHub repo, the OSINT task we did, where I fucking suck, because, man, looking on GitHub, it's not my forte. It's just clunky, I don't know. GitHub is for programmers. I don't know. I guess if you're doing a lot of coding and programming, you get real good at GitHub real quick. I know a little bit of Python. That's about it. But anyway, Elf Recon McRed identified a URL, qa.santa's gift shop, that's probably used by all the elves with admin privileges to add or delete gifts on Santa's website. The website has been pulled down for maintenance, and now Recon McRed is scanning the server to see if it's been compromised. Can you help McRed scan the network and find a reason for the website's compromise? Okay, so we're probably going to see what ports are open, because it's probably one of the ports open, or not secure at all. So I wonder if we can go there. No. Alright, so it's probably, just gonna keep that open. Sometimes they do that where when it loads the virtual machine on their network and you're logged in through a VPN, like a little mini fake website running. I mean, I guess it's technically a real website, but it's only available on their network. I will get a good look at that anyway. Learning objectives. What is scanning? Scanning types, scanning techniques, scanning tools. What is scanning? Scanning is a set of procedures for identifying live hosts, ports, and services, discovering the operating system of the target system, and identifying vulnerabilities and threats in the network. These scans are typically automated to give an insight into what could be exploited. Scanning reveals parts of the attack surface for attackers and allows launching targeted attacks to exploit the system. So, yeah, pretty much what I said. They legit said the site was down for maintenance. What, this site? I mean, this site's up. Or do you mean this shit? I mean, we loaded the website. I wonder if maybe we can ping it. Let's see if we can ping it, out of curiosity. Now, would that use the DNS? Would that even work if it's like using a private DNS? I will still read through it and just try to do shit if we can. Oh god. Here we are. Interesting. I'm used to doing that on Windows. On Windows, you can ping websites and then it tries to resolve for you. But we'll find this shit out. Anyway, let's keep reading this shit. Scanning type. Scanning is classified as either active or passive based on the degree of intrusiveness to gathering information about a target system or network, as explained below. Passive scanning. This method involves scanning a network without directly interacting with the target device, server, computer. Passive scanning is usually carried out through packet capture and analysis tools like Wireshark. So you don't actively say, hey, who's out there, but you just kind of, your computer just listens to the traffic being passed around. However, this technique only provides basic asset information like OS version, network protocol, etc. against the target. Active scanning. Active scanning is a scanning method by which you scan individual endpoints in an IT network to retrieve more detailed information. The active scan involves sending packets or queries directly to specific assets, rather than passively collecting the data by catching it in transit on the network's traffic. Active scanning is an immediate deep scan performed on targets to get detailed information. These targets can be a single endpoint or a network of endpoints. Set my tea before it gets cold. The following standard techniques are employed to scan a target system or network effectively. 1. Network scanning. A network is usually a collection of interconnected hosts or computers to share information and resources. Network scanning helps to discover and map a complete network, including any live computer or hosts, open ports, IP addresses, and services running on any live host and operating system. Once the network is mapped, an attacker executes exploits as per the target system, and service is discovered. For example, a computer in a network with an outdated Apache version enables an attacker to launch an exploit against a vulnerable Apache server. For example, if there's an update that says, like, hey, we're updating 2.1 because it was, vulnerable in this way. Well, if now you kind of have to update it because now the world knows that that is vulnerable, and for that reason. And there are like websites and databases that show all of the vulnerabilities of all applications. Kind of crazy. And I mean, that's the thing, is they do that for security and knowledge, but you can also use that to attack as well. Keeps everyone on the same footing, both offensively and defensively. Port scanning. Per Wikipedia, sorry, I just punched my microphone. Per Wikipedia, in computer networking, a port is a number assigned to uniquely identify a connection endpoint and to direct data to a specific device. At the software level, with an operating system, a port is a logical construct that identifies a specific process or a type of network service. Port scanning is a conventional method to examine open ports in a network capable of receiving and sending data. First, an attacker maps a complete network with installed devices, hosts like firewalls, routers, servers, then scans open ports on each live host. Port number varies between 0 and 65,536 based on the type of service running on a host. Port scanning results fall into the following three categories. Closed ports, the host is not listening on the specific port. Open ports, the host actively accepts a connection on the specific port. Filtered ports, this indicates that the port is open. However, the host is not accepting connections or accepting connections as per certain criteria, like specific source IP address. Vulnerability scanning. The vulnerability scanning proactively identifies the network's vulnerabilities in an automated way. It's kind of weird music, right? Let's skip this one. There we are, that's a little bit better. I wasn't really feeling that one. Oh, that sounds better. What is this? Is this, fuck, how's this playing, this goddamn game? Shit, this got to drive me crazy. Parasite Eve, right? Battle music? Yeah. Let's see. In an automated way that helps determine whether the system may be threatened or exploited. Free and paid tools are available that help to identify loopholes in a target system through a pre-built database of vulnerabilities. This site is run by Limey, so sometimes their English isn't correct, but we'll forgive the goddamn Brits. They don't mean to suck, they just kind of do. Pen testers widely use tools such as Nessus and Asuntix. I never heard of that one. I've heard of Nessus. Asuntix. Let's check it out. Let's look at Asuntix. Oh god, this looks like a legit fucking thing you gotta buy. Oh my god. There might be like a free one where it's like you're not using it as part of a company, you know, part of the licensing agreement. You can use it for free. You know, the EULA. Alright, let's see here. So let's look at Nmap, which is a great scanning tool. Nmap is a popular tool used to carry out port scanning, discover network protocols, identify running services, there we are, and detecting operating systems on live hosts. You can learn more about the tool by visiting the rooms Nmap, Nmap Live Host Discovery, Nmap Basic Port Scan, Map Advanced Port Scan. I wonder if I've done any of these. Fucking hope I have. Never know though. Curiosity. Loading. Hey, I did this one. Wow, that was a long one. Although I kind of forget. I kind of forget all the the little things. There's a lot of different ways you can use Nmap, but that's what manual files are for. Looks like I started this one and never finished it. I kind of put them in order of difficulty. Yeah, you can kind of see at the bottom there. Nmap 01, Nmap 02, Nmap 03. So maybe I'll try to do those over the work week. Deploy the virtual machine by clicking Start Machine. It's done. This is the machine Recon McRed wants to scan. You can access tools needed by clicking the Start Attack box. Alright, so if you're not using a VPN, right, and you're not using Linux, because it's kind of hard to do this shit in Windows. It's why motherfuckers use Linux for, like, real technical shit. Autistic shit, that's the better word. They actually have, like, virtual machines on their servers that you can run, kind of like where the screen breaks off and half of it's dedicated to that, or you can, like, have it in a separate browser window. It kind of takes a while, and it's not, like, the strongest, but if you're going the free route for TryHackMe, you can spawn it once per day, so you better make sure that everything else is working, because you spawn it once a day for 1 hour. Or like one task. Now, not every of these tasks you need to do that, but it's one of the limiting things of not having a subscription here, which, once again, there's a million things on this site that are free and also don't require using an attack box. And I walked through how to use VPNs and local virtual machines that we're running right now, like the Scally Linux I'm running on Windows. So, yeah. If you learned that, you don't need to know how to use the attack box. But it's there if you really, really are in a pinch. Or if you're just starting, you know. Anyway, wait for it to load, launch the desktop, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So we're going to type nmap in the terminal. Do a new instance. Let's do this shit. Oh, God. God damn it. Come on. Alright, cool. Stay here. Don't move. Goddamn. Alright, so let's do nmap. And it kind of gives you a little instruction set of how to do it. And if you really don't know what you're doing, need help, you can also do... Can you do question mark? Can you do that one? No. But help. Okay, so yeah, this is the same thing. Different programs have different ways of giving different help, so this actually gives you a lot more information for basic shit and some examples. And then you can also do double dash help, or you can also do the manual file, MAN. And this is like a full-on guide of how to use it. All the info you could ever fucking need. It's like it's like an on-computer wiki. Like anytime you install something on Linux, usually it has a manual that comes with it, which is cool. But anyway, this lesson will give us kind of what we need, so we don't really need the manual, but if you're doing your own shit, that always helps kind of looking up all the different options you can use for these programs. Let's look at the TCP sync scan. Get the list of live hosts and associated ports on the host without completing the TCP three-way handshake and making the scan a little stealthier. So we can run that if we really want right now, but let's just finish reading this shit first. So here, for example, you type nmap, you do sync scan, lowercase s, capital S. Linux is very picky about case. It's very case sensitive. And then you have the IP address you're trying to hit. Tells you where you're hitting from. It tells you how many closed ports there are. Shows you the open ports and what service is running. Shows you the MAC address of the machine, which is kind of like, if you know anything about cars, it's kind of like the VIN number of a computer, or to be, you know, the network card essentially. And ping scan is S lowercase n. Allows scanning the live host in the network without going deeper and checking for ports, so just sees what's there, not necessarily the services running. Operating system scan -O scans the type of operating system to get all that information. Detecting services lowercase s v services. I don't know. It's kind of harder to like memorize these because sometimes it just feels like they chose random case and letter out of a fucking hat. You kind of have to find ways to remember it, you know? Let's look at Nikto. I don't even know what that is. Fuck, do I have Nikto? Nikto. Going on my long list of favorite N-words. Oh, look at that! It's right on Cali. Cute. Interesting. So that's an alternative to Nmap. I didn't know that one. Nikto is open source software that allows scanning websites for vulnerabilities, enables looking for subdomains, outdated servers, debug messages on a website. Nikto-host, and then the IP address of the host you're trying to hit. I guess you can specify the port there if you want. It says web hosts, web services, looking for it. And you get Apache, which is like a Linux web serving service, or web server service. Elf, Recon, McRed, Ren, Nmap, and Nikto tools against a QA server to find the list of open ports and vulnerabilities. Whoa. You notice a Samba service running. Hackers can gain access to the system through loosely protected Samba share folders that are not protected over the network. It's the Linux equivalent of sharing folders over the network. Like, you know, folder file sharing. In fact, it uses the same shit, only, SMB for Windows, which is what that is, proprietary to Windows, so Linux kind of made their own, or people who use Linux made their own thing called Samba, which works essentially the same way. He knows that Bandit, Yeti, APT, active persistent threat, got a few lists of admin usernames and passwords for QA sending gift.shop using OSINT techniques. So when we were dicking around in GitHub and found all the, like the one password and username in the repository right on GitHub for this shit, he used that to log into network shares using Samba onto our network. So the first 4 days are us discovering how they fucked us and what they took. Let's connect the Samba, so you kind of have this ongoing story. It's like an anime. Let's connect to the Samba service using the credentials we found through the OSINT task. Type the following command: the address bar, and use the following username and password. Yeah, I was about to say, like, okay, so we're kind of skipping over to the Nmap thing, huh? But it looks like there are some questions that kind of force you to do that. Let's connect to it in the address bar and use the following username and password. Ubuntu Santa 2022. So wait, if you're doing this in the future, couldn't you just read day 4 and then use some of this shit to answer day 3? Obviously, couldn't you answer all day 3 with this, but answers. I guess it's, for convenience sake, so I don't have to click between day 3 and day 4. Not like I'm writing this down. Although apparently it is best practice when you're doing this shit to write down what you learn through OSINT. Once again, I just do capture the flag, so maybe I should start doing that to get in the habit of it. But before we hop on to that, let us start to do some scans of the this IP address. Let's just do that. First, Nmap. How was it? SS, right? Is that like sync scan? And then we do the that's 6 dot. Oh god, come on, numlock, really? Who the fuck is not using their numpad? What purpose does numlock have? I would love to know. Except to piss me off. Okay, yeah, so here I guess he's running as a motherfucker with root privileges, so here we have to put sudo in front. Let's see. Host is up. Scan. All the shit's closed. If I did this shit right. What are the different scans we can run? SS. That's kind of. Oh, okay. So that's stealthy. Maybe it needs TCP. Yeah, it would be because it's the TCP SYN scan is SS. Okay, so maybe they're using UDP or some shit. Let's just do like all of these, honestly. One at a time, kind of see what it looks like. Host is up, okay. Wait, am I doing myself? I'm doing myself like a fucking dumbass. Alright, I'm looking at the wrong IP address, dude. Would it really be a Count of Monte Cristo or Cisco stream if I'm not doing some retarded shit? Let's be real here. There we go. I was wondering, like, alright. Okay, there we go. That's more like what we would probably want to see. Now let's try this Nikto shit. I'm not really sure. I've never used Nikto. It's probably gonna want sudo. We'll just do sudo anyway. 10.10.187.34. Cute. Let's kind of look at this. I've never really seen this before. Oh, is it just targeting 8? Scans websites for vulnerabilities. Maybe it like specializes more towards website and web servers rather than end user hosts. Well, it looks like it's doing it quite thoroughly. Apache 2.4, yeah, that's what, okay, so it does more of a in-depth search of just web-related shit, it looks like. I'm sure you can probably specify the port if you really want to. In fact, I see it here. :80. Do it. That, so you can probably do like :22 if you want to look at secure shell shit. But, while that's running, it looks like it's still going because we don't have the prompt yet of, you know, Kali. So let us go down here and try to answer some of these questions. What is the name of the HTTP server running on the remote host? Well, that looks like Apache. Unless it's Ubuntu. Hey, look at that, we got a point. That's what we want. Oh, look at that, we could have also done it by doing the, was that the version? What is V? I'm kind of blanking on that one. Detecting services, okay. Got TCP three-way handshake scan, which is a bit stealthy. That's probably what you want to do. Basic ping just to see what's alive, just in general. Check operating system with O, and SV to find details on the service. Got it. Okay. So anyway, yeah, that's the Nmap. You just kind of you just scan. You just kind of like, hey, what are you doing? Who are you? What are you running? That's all you're doing, really. What is the name of the service running on port 22? That's probably Secure Shell. It better be. Pro tip: Secure Shell is 22. What flag can you find after successfully accessing the Samba service? So yeah, really, that's all. So I guess you could do that with either one. Really. Well, I guess that answer with the Secure Shell you can't really do with Nikto unless you did :22. I guess you could use both, huh? Alright, we're just gonna try to stop it. We're just gonna stop it. Control-C, by the way, is the way to stop anything while it's still working. You could just let it keep running in the background while you open up another instance, but now let us connect. So, we are going to open up a, oh god, folder. There we go. Back. No, don't open that. No, stop it. Shit, I'm not used to Kali, dude. I'm really not. Once again, I've been fucking around a lot with Parrot OS recently. That's what I have on my workstation. I like how I'm clicking the fucking picture like a dumbass. There we go. Alright, so let's do this, baby. Specify that we want to use SMB, and then we specify the address we're trying to open up for network shares, and you can do this in the terminal as well. And then we're going to admins, I'm guessing. And then once we open it, it's probably going to prompt us for Ubuntu and then Santa. Let's do that. Although I think we want the Samba share, actually. No, we want a registered user. Ubuntu. I guess we are going to stay as a workgroup domain. I mean, it's Windows, so usually it's like defaults to that shit anyway. So I should, for security's sake, disable it and do a new group. Unless you want convenience, you don't really give a shit about security. Like you're doing the shit for home. I mean, I guess it's kind of good to do best practices, but at the same time, you also want it convenient. I'm not gonna sit here and like preach and be like, no, you need to do it this way. It's the most secure. Yeah, disconnected. Oh, look at that. I didn't like that. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Okay, I must have spelled it wrong. I'm a dumbass. Oh, look at that. It's a flag. Loading. Let's grab this flag, and we paste this bitch. Look at that shit. We're doing it. What is the password for the username Santar? I don't know. Find that shit out. Oh wow. It's kind of sad. And it's one of those things where you're like, no one would actually do this, right? Apparently, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a professional pen tester, but apparently motherfuckers do. And there we are. We're done day 4. Simple as that. Last time I kind of dicked around for half an hour, so last time it probably took me like 40 minutes to do it. This time, what did we dick around for? Like 10 minutes? I don't know, 20 minutes, not so bad. And let's see this dedicated it's a full module, okay. And so this is Nmap 1, 2, 3, 4, but there's also this one that kind of gives a full rundown of further Nmap. I wonder if I'm supposed to do that after going through the basic bitch Nmap. Shit, all the same. I did this one. And this one, as you can see, it gives you a lot. It tells you you have long modules all about how TCP IP works, TCP, UDP, the SYNACAC, and shit. So if you really want to deep dive into the dirty of Nmap, I mean, and also learn a lot about networking in doing so, this can be a really cool way to do so. And also, once again, you get gamer points. So let me check out my gamer points, right? There we are, top 3%. How's that for gamer points? Shit. Man. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. I mean, I guess I could sit here and dick around and do more capture the flags, but it is Sunday and I kind of have shit I need to do. But sometimes I'll like do these if I'm like going down for the night. I'm like nodding off. I'll just do a couple of rooms and shit. But that is TryHackMe. I'm glad this one went way easier than last time. But once again, I fucked around with Nmap before. With GitHub, I just kind of suck. That site I feel is so goddamn clunky. But I probably do need to get more comfortable with it. So that's kind of the point of the advent of cyber, is to learn a little bit of a lot to make you just better at shit and more tech savvy. And it really does a good job at holding your hand if you're new. And, you know, if you're really, really stuck, there is the video walkthroughs. So all around, it's a very cool event. And also, you know, winning prizes. Once again, very fun stuff. But, yeah, thanks everyone for joining me. If you're watching this in the future on my Count of Monte Cisco YouTube channel, check out my Count of Monte Fisto video game channel and my channel on Twitch. Anyway, thanks everyone, and peace out. Take care of yourselves.